not met, my name is Emily with Heartfelt Creations. I'm so excited to share some really beautiful friendship rose cards with you today. I don't know if you've seen it or not, but those launched to everyone. We'll take a quick look and then we'll go ahead and get started. Now, if you and I have not met, don't be shy. Introduce yourselves in the comments. Let me know where you're watching from, and we're just gonna have some fun learning how to create this beautiful one-of-a-kind card together, okay? So when you look at this card is super for your Valentine's cards, for your wedding cards, friendship cards. The versatility, the possibilities are endless. And I think you're going to go absolutely wild for this decorative heart die. It's so pretty. And when you pair it with this beautiful friendship rose hearts, these stamped iconic images in the background is so, so pretty. So we're going to just show a couple more cards before we get started. Would that be fun? I love this one. If you missed this video, we launched this on YouTube, so you want to make sure you go and watch this one as well. If you don't have that link, let us know in the comments below. Here's another card with it as well. Super versatile, and you can see you can use it on so many different card sizes. We're going to learn how to kind of cut it down, make it a little bit smaller today for the card that we're doing. So now I know many of you, if you're an insider member, you got first access yesterday on our website. So I can't wait for you to get your collections soon. In the meantime, I will inspire you with samples of what you can do and how you can create with this. So with this collection, to get started, we're going to learn how to color these friendship rose hearts. These are so iconic and beautiful. You can cut them apart. You can leave them together as an entire floral, or you can even like just stamp it in a background heart like this. Do no coloring. Don't cut out the inside. Just stamp a sentiment in the center. Super, super easy to do, and it looks so beautiful. So to get started, we're going to use the a combination of pinks and some greens. So what I did is I used the Vivid Chartreuse color as my base for the greens, and we're going to use a combination of coloring with sponge daubers and then also some coloring with markers as well. So you can go ahead and add that color in first, and then go ahead and add a little bit of a darker touch of color using the leaf green. So you can just go back onto that leaf and just add a little bit of that darker hint of green to that, which is really pretty. Now we're going to switch to two other colors of pinks, starting out with the magenta hue and then adding a little bit of Lighthouse, which is more like a darker burgundy than a pink. So we're going to go ahead and just add that base color of that magenta hue, and then you can go back and add your Lighthouse color. Now you could just leave it like this. The Lighthouse color is a little bit more of your power color. It does look very pinkish when you just blend it in like this in the background, but I wanted to show you just a quick tip of how you can add a little bit of just a bright pop of color in there very easily using a marker. So just grab like a soap tray or something with like an acrylic surface and use your zig markers. I'm using the color, this is pink. We're just going to go ahead and put a little bit of color onto that sleeve and use our water brush pen to pick up that color and add just a nice pop to this rose. And you'll see it kind of pop in just a little bit. Do you see how that just adds a quick, like, brighter pop of pink in there? And we can get maybe just a little bit of a closer up look of that so that you can kind of see how that just makes that pop. Isn't that just so pretty? It just makes it come to life. And then we'll just add a little bit in here as well. Super easy to do, and it looks like you still spend a lot of time coloring it. So as you can see, this is a very iconic image. We designed it so that you could use it all together. You can cut it apart, which is what we're going to be doing today. So we're going to alter this heart a little bit, show you the versatility of how you can use that. But then you could also stamp a sentiment in the center, just add a couple dimensional roses on top if you wanted to, or you can pair it with a decorative heart die, which is what we're going to be using today. This die is iconic. It is one you're going to be reaching for over and over. You can cut it into different shapes and pieces to only use parts of it, which is super, super stunning. And the inside parts of this heart really create that versatility for you. So we're going to switch gears a little bit, and this is the outline. You can cut yourself a 6x6 card panel, and we're going to go ahead and trim off from the side here. I'm just going to cut like right in here and just do something similar to this, and we're just going to trim that off. Okay, so you have this part, and then we're just going to do a section down here as well. And we're just going to bring that in and we'll layer this down first, and then we'll put a strip of decorative paper on top. And before I do any of that, I just wanted to make sure that it's cut to the size that I want, okay? And that looks good. So we're just going to go ahead and remove our 3D foam strips and start layering this down. Now, as you are watching, let me know what you love about the Friendship Rose collection that just launched to everybody today. Tell us what you will be using it for. I know so many of you will be using it for the Valentine's season. However, we really designed this with versatility in mind, so you can use it all throughout the year. Whether you're celebrating friendship, you could even do it into a birthday card or a wedding. So the possibilities with that are endless. I think what I'm going to do is I am going to, I switcherooed this a little bit. I put this one on the bottom, and I'm going to do it different from the top here. You'll see that in just a little bit. But I'm going to trim this side off just a little bit more so I can bring that further down. And that's the beauty of, if you trim it, you want to do something a little bit different, you can, which is awesome. Okay. And that's also the nice thing about this heart is you can, if you alter it like this and you put something on top, you can switch things around and make it look different. So you don't have to do one or the other. So you can kind of see how it looks when we're all finished with that. So we're going to go ahead and just layer this right on top. So this was a piece of cardstock that we just pulled from the pattern paper, layered it on a white piece of cardstock, and we're just going to layer this on top, which adds just a beautiful color on colored paper right on top. So we're going to go ahead and layer this in here. So you've got that beautiful piece, your card base is ready to go, and we're going to layer together our heart so that that base is ready to go as well. So I cut out this piece from my pattern paper. We're going to go ahead and glue this on top. Now, as you're watching, as you can see, this heart is stunning. You could just create like a little heart note card to just let somebody know that you're thinking of them. Like on the inside of this card, that's what we did here. Isn't that just so pretty? There's a sentiment set here that I can't wait to share with you as well, but this says, "You have a special place in my heart," which is just super stunning. You can add this on the inside of a card or just keep it off and use it as an individual piece. And you can also make shaped cards. How pretty is that? I got sidetracked a little bit. I'm just so excited about what you can do with these. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and glue this together, and using the dry as clear glue. Now, as you're watching, if you have not gotten your Friendship Rose collection yet, and this is your first time seeing it, we'll pop the links in the comments below today through Saturday, whichever comes first, you know, whether we sell out or whether you, or Saturday, whichever comes first, we have a 10% savings for you. So you get everything that just launched in the Friendship Rose collection. Plus, if you're one of our insider members, you'll save an additional 20%, which is an incredible value for you. So if you're not an insider member, it's a great time to sign up to be one. It's only $12.99 a month, and you get free shipping every day on any order that you place. You get that 20% discount, plus you have access to all of our online classes. There's over 50, and those are valued at $30 each. And you'll also have access to the online class we're teaching at the end of the month with this collection, which is super stunning. I can't wait to share that class with you. So our next step is going to be adding dimension to this heart and layering this on top, which is super pretty. Now, I took a gold heart, and we're just going to offset this a little bit. For this white heart, I did use the lighthouse color and just sponge right around the edges on the inside here. And you can do it around the outer edges as well. So you can go ahead and do that on both sides. And then we're going to glue these together with a little bit of an offset. I know it's a little bit hard to see when you're watching, right? So tell me what you're doing this Wednesday. Have you been creating something beautiful, or have you been kind of feeling stuck and you just don't know where to get started? Hopefully this will inspire you. We have some more demonstrations coming up with this collection toward, you know, going into the rest of this week, so you won't want to miss out on that. So make sure to stay tuned on this page so you don't miss out on that. So there you have that beautiful one-of-a-kind heart that you can layer on top. I did add some foam dots to the back of this, and then you can just go ahead, peel this off, layer it on top, and you have that beautiful iconic heart. Now, if you wanted to, you could create a shaker out of this and just put a shaker in the background. I have some card samples here that I'll show you in a little bit of how this was turned into a shaker, which is super, super pretty. So there you have that dimensional heart. I am going to go ahead and just layer this on top. Do you see how pretty that is in so little time? Ah, so stunning. So we're going to go ahead and glue that down, and then we're ready to accent it with our rose heart that we have. Now this rose heart that we have, you can do many different variations of it. Before I layer it down, I am going to do just a little bit of shaping on it. So let's go ahead and grab our shaping mat, bring this down, flip it upside down, and I'm using my stylus, and we're just going to go ahead and just do a circular motion on those roses. Now we won't be using every piece because we are going to show you how to cut this apart so that you can kind of maximize your versatility. You just use parts and pieces if you wanted to. I'm going to press down a little bit here in the center. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to clip off this part. I do, if you are arching it around the decorative heart, I do kind of like to keep, you know, if this was on the top left-hand corner of the heart, that's where I like to put it on this section as well. Do you see how pretty that just arches it? And then you can still see some of the design of this. So pretty how these mix and match together. And you will be using this throughout the years in many different ways. And people don't even notice that you use the same item. Isn't that so cool? So that would be pretty just like that. But we're going to go ahead, and this one's a little bit different. We're going to grab this arch right in here. Now you could just use this piece if you wanted to, but we're just going to grab this one, okay? And we're going to add that kind of arched up so it's kind of flipped the other direction, and bring that right in here, okay? Super pretty. And then you can add your sentiment. This sentiment is the sending you a hug. And this one, what we did is we just trimmed around it. Now, I don't know if you've done this much with sentiments, but it's kind of a quick way to alter a sentiment and just kind of do a smooth cut with your scissors around those letters. I don't focus on perfection. I just focus on just kind of keeping moving with my scissors and just cutting around that sentiment. And we'll do a little bit of jiggly so it looks like it's meant to be, and it puts the pressure off of trying to cut it straight. Have you done this before, or have you just kind of stuck to keeping your sentiments together? So we're just going to go ahead and clip that off. Same thing with the U. We'll just bring that out and just kind of clip right around there. You will cut through the one letter, which is the hug, a little bit. And it's kind of hard to see on camera, but there you've got the little U. Just don't lose them because they are pretty tiny. Love the sentiments that were designed with this collection because they just match perfectly for the centers of the heart. You can put pop them apart. You can do so many variations of these, and they just really are just perfect for those different sentiments that you want to say depending on who you're giving it to. Okay, so you can just sponge those edges, and then you can layer those onto your card. I'll show the finished card with that. So we added the little sending you a hug. I just kind of stair-stepped it down there, which is super pretty. So that just finishes it up, and you have that one-of-a-kind classic card. You could add glitter if you wanted to, just highlights of glitter in the background. Super pretty. Before I go, I wanted to share some more samples with you. Did you want to see samples? If you do, let me know in the comments. And as you're watching, if you would do me a favor and like, comment, and share this video, that would be amazing, so that your crafting friends can also see this and watch with you. So today with this collection, it just launched to everyone. You can see that you can make many different card sizes just based on what you want to create. Here's a smaller version with that heart being open in the center. Okay, so you want to see more card samples? Okay, before we get into that, let's just take another look at everything that launched with the Friendship Rose collection. So you get the decorative heart die, which is just this stunning, iconic heart with 4 different pieces that you can mix and match and cut different ways depending on what you're wanting to accomplish. This is the Friendship Rose heart that we just created with, plus some stems. Love those stems. I'll show you in a little bit how those were used. This is the coordinating heart die. So you can cut out just the outside. You can cut it out with the inside as well, which is really pretty. And then you have the budding rose heart. This is a little bit larger, and it has a little bit more petite rosebuds plus petite rose stems. And then the sentiment set we were talking about, this one has Happy Valentine's Day, sending you a hug. You have a special place in my heart, 1 in a million. Thinking of you makes my heart smile, right next door or miles apart. friends are always close in heart. So I love that. So like I showed you a little bit earlier, you can do shaped cards with this, which is absolutely stunning. You can layer the inside, stamp your sentiment. But as we look through this, just look at the versatility. Here we have that love, which comes in that decorative heart die. Here you have that iconic rose heart with a stamped image paired with the die cut one, which is super, super pretty. Here you have one in a shaker card, okay? With just a partial rose heart that's stamped. And then you've added some layers of the rose stems on the side. Here's one that heart is decorated and just layered with some of those stems. Super, super pretty. Excuse my reach. So we're going to go ahead and just take a look at some more samples with that. Tell me which one's your favorite, or maybe it's hard. Many of these samples will be featured on the blog with written instructions. And just a quick tip, say you have the friendship sentiment set and you want to see examples of how it was used, just type that name into our search box, click on it, and it'll bring up samples that we have done with it along with some videos. If we've done videos with it. Super beautiful stems that you can create. Here's another one using that heart stamp background with that decorative die. Here's another variation just with lots of glitter, gold embellishments, super pretty. And like I showed you earlier, you can just stamp it with a solid color. Don't cut out the inside, just stamp a sentiment. Creates a very simple yet stunning effect with that. Here's one using 3 hearts side to side. So lots of variations. Here's like 3 hearts kind of intertwined with the sentiment in the front, coloring with markers on this one. So whether you like to color with markers or you want to keep it simple with doing the technique that I showed you, you have options with that. I love how this uses the paper panel and then just adds the stamped heart on top, added the sentiment in the center and some dimensional flowers. So whether you want something that's super elegant and dimensional or something that's flatter for mailing, you can achieve both very easily. And here's that heart that we had used, just used on the top and the bottom to decorate that and put it into a shaker card. So super, super stunning. Also wanted to show you the paper collection. Do you want to see the inside? This is just like, this paper collection is very rich in colors that are all things Valentine themed, friendship themed, perfect for weddings. It's just so, so pretty. Just look at that page. You can cut those hearts apart. You can use it as a background. You can use it as strips for backgrounds. Many different variations. Some of these are colored for you, so you don't have to color it. You can just die cut it. And then you have some backgrounds of card panels that you can use for your card bases as well as those tags. So hopefully this inspires you to create your own one-of-a-kind friendship rose cards. I can't wait for you to experience the joy of creating with this. And if you get to give these in person to see the look on your friends and family's faces, they'll absolutely love it. Now, if you don't have it yet, you can get any of these items individually. However, for a limited time until Saturday, we have these available at a 10% savings or while supplies last, whichever comes first. And if you're an insider member, you always get that additional 20% off on top of any savings that we're offering. And hey, if you're not an insider member, today's a great day to become one. What you get is you get that 20% discount I was talking about. You get free shipping on any order size, any time of day or night if you're one of our US crafting friends. If you're one of our international crafting friends, you also save 20% on your shipping fees, which is amazing. And then you have access to all of our online classes. At the end of this month, we'll be back showing some beautiful projects that we'll be teaching in a 2-hour online class that is selling for $30. If you're an insider member, you have automatic access to that, plus all the previous classes we've launched. There's like 50 of them. That's a $1,500 value. You can become an insider member for $12.99 a month, which is the cost of a couple of your favorite beverages, right? So become an insider member and we'll see you on the inside. Until next time, have fun creating with your Friendship Rose collection. Thank you so much for joining me today. We'll see you next time. Bye.